Hey family, good afternoon, good evening. It's Chris here. I'm coming to you from, from the car today. Why? Well, I just figured if I drank and drug everywhere, I guess I could make these videos everywhere and anywhere, right? I have such a beautiful life today, and I just want to, give a big old shout out to my HP, my higher power, who I choose to call God, for giving me just a lot to be grateful today. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start reading from our daily reflections, which has a little bit to do about that. The title of this entry is called Progressive Gratitude. Gratitude should go forward rather than backwards. And that's out of As Bill Sees It on page 29. So here in recovery, we have more than one book. We use what they would call the big book, the 12 and 12, the daily reflections, the 24 hours a day book, As Bill Sees It, AA Comes of Age. I mean, there's so much literature that we have, the Grapevine, Lavinia. So there's plenty for us to read on and read about. So this particular entry is from As Bill Sees It, and just a little bit of history. So Bill W. was the co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous. Him and Dr. Bob founded it. Mid-1930s, around there. There's more history to that, and I don't know all the details, but it's like it could have been this day, but then somebody decided they were going to go out and drink, so now it's this day. So pretty much, I would say maybe 1939 was the day that that AA was born. But it had already been talked about for years, so I'll say mid-1930s. So this As Bill Sees It book is written by Bill W., our co-founder. So the reading goes on to say, I'm very grateful that my higher power has given me a second chance to live a worthwhile life. Through Alcoholics Anonymous, I have been restored to sanity. The promises are being fulfilled in my life. I am grateful to be free from the slavery of alcohol. I am grateful for peace of mind and the opportunity to grow. But my gratitude should go forward rather than backwards. I cannot stay sober on yesterday's meetings or past 12-step calls. I need to put my gratitude into action today. Our co-founder, Bill W., said our gratitude can be shown best by carrying the message to others. Without action, my gratitude is just a pleasant emotion. I need to put it into action by working step 12, by carrying the message and practicing the principles in all my affairs. I am grateful for the chance to carry the message today. That was a pretty intense reading. If you haven't got this book, I'm not promoting this book, but reading it really does. I feel elevated a little bit in my spirit just by reading it. So I'm grateful that I get to read it out loud to you guys today. And I do have a lot of gratitude for my life. It talks about second chances. I remember I was a kid growing up. I always felt like I wanted a second chance at life, a second chance to do things right next time, a second chance to say things differently, a second chance to love differently, to show up differently in my life and in the life of others. And while I would wish for it, I didn't really know that I could ever have it. I didn't know that was something that I could have in my life. So the further down the spiral of alcoholism that I went, the less and less I had hoped that this would ever come to be. Unbeknownst to me, that once I got into the 12-step recovery program of Alcoholics Anonymous, that I did get a chance. I got a second chance over and over in certain areas of my life. Maybe I got more than one in certain in some particular areas. I did get more than one. For me, I feel like every day is another chance. And I'm grateful for that, because today I get to continue to right the wrongs, and I continue to walk the path of happy destiny, they call it. And I get to enjoy my life abundantly. Today, really, in reality, I'm in my car because I'm on my way to hang out with about 50 of my friends, of my recovery friends. We're gonna talk about the program. We're gonna drink coffee. We're gonna eat sweet bread. We're going to have dinner tonight, which is another reason I wanted to make this entry a little bit early, because I'll be out till midnight, maybe 1 o'clock tonight, and I won't be drinking or drugging, and that's a big deal for me, to be able to go out there and enjoy my life. I love to have fun. I love to hang out. I love to eat, food, different kinds of foods. So just the fact that I get to do that today, it just blows my mind. It really does. For those of you who are new to my story, I used to belong to an English speaking group, and I got comfortable. I guess I could say that's what really happened. I got comfortable in my group. Things were okay. Things were safe. There was not a lot of commotion going on. There wasn't any major decisions being made. But at some level, I always felt inside like there wasn't a lot of recovery going on either. So just by, bunch of events happening, one right after the other, it turns out that somebody voted me, or somebody thought I would be a good bilingual chair for this panel. And it sounds like I'm speaking Asian, I know, to those who are not familiar. So I'm the bilingual chair of this area, right, of South Texas. And what I get to coordinate is translation. I get to coordinate translation from English to Spanish, so that fellow members of the program can understand what's being said at conferences. So we have 4 conferences a year, and this is a 2-year gig. It's not a paid gig, but it's a service. It's a service work opportunity, and I didn't realize how busy and how big it was, and I didn't realize that it would change my life the way that it did, but it has, and it did. So what happened was, I made a decision one day. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna translate, I'm gonna have to get really familiar with Spanish, because even though Spanish was my first language, ¿verdad? Español fue mi primer idioma. I had kind of strayed away from it, because I thought that I was too good to speak Spanish. So somewhere along the line, that thought got smashed. And then the thought was born that, Chris, wherever you are, learn everything that you can, because you might need it when you get to your next level. So I kept learning about Spanish, speaking Spanish, practicing Spanish everywhere I go. I love to speak Spanish. If you speak Spanish, I'll probably try to have a conversation with you in Spanish. So lo and behold, I got voted into this service work position, and so that's another level, right? So then I made another decision. Well, if I'm gonna be good at this, I'm gonna have to learn about their culture a little bit more. What do they talk about in meetings? How do they express themselves? What literature do they use? They use this one too, in Spanish. It's written in Spanish too. So I started hanging out with them, and man, they've captivated me. I'm there now. My new home group is a Spanish speaking home group here in Austin, Texas, and every week we get to hang out with other friends of ours and do what we're gonna do today. We get a whole hour for our whole group to just be up there on the podium and talk about recovery and what it means to us. And today we'll be talking about the third chapter of the Big Book. So I'm really excited about that, and that's what I'm about to do. And that's really just a big part of my abundant life, that I get to hang out with tons of friends on a daily. I get to share, break bread with them. I get to learn, or what I've been learning is how really big unity is. In our first tradition, it says that unity comes first, right? Like, it's all about staying together through this. Without our unity, the program would die, and other alcoholics who come after us will not be able to receive the solution and survive. So unity is big in the Hispanic culture here in Austin, and so is service work. I like to think of us as service work junkies, because we're always somewhere. We're always somewhere carrying the message. We're always somewhere doing a 12-step call. We're always somewhere sharing with people how we did it. We're always somewhere having a really good time around this 12-step program of recovery. And it's really been a game changer for me lately. I think that being part of that group has really elevated me, has really helped me to progress in my recovery, has given me a new point of view, has given me some more tools to survive, has given me a way of living that okay, here's the truth. So when I was 10, I never thought I would be an Alcoholics Anonymous. And when I was 45, which is not a long time ago, I never thought I'd be in a Spanish group of Alcoholics Anonymous. So it's wild. The ride is wild, and I'm grateful for that. These readings remind me of that. These moments that I get to share with you remind me of why I do it. It's because I love that the life that I live today is very abundant, and is very happy and joyous and free. And I'm very, very grateful. And I'm grateful to all of those who have been watching me. I'm grateful to those who have supported me with their love. Thank you again. I got another love message today. So thank you. Thank you for those who have subscribed to my channel. Thank you. I'm very appreciative of you. And I love you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you.